Hello everyone, today we have new video review, but first, as usual, let me invite you to check another video review with airplane kit, which you can find here. And of course, don't forget to visit our website, which you can find here. There you will be able to read full review of this kit with detailed photos and text in English and Russian. As for the today's model, this is a new kit from Meng. As you can see, it copies F-106A Delta Dart Interceptor, and it's molded in 70-second scale. It also features PE parts inside, and this model is actually one of the best kits which copies this aircraft in 70-second scale, so it should be interesting to see what's inside. As you can see, box is not that big. Here you can see comparison with my hand. Box art is quite nice. Here we can see two included marking options, and here is the third one. And here we have short history note and heat info. So assembled model will measure length of 300 mm and width of 162 mm. And as I said, there are PE parts and various features to depict minor elements on this aircraft. This is a top opening box, and inside we can find the tight package. As you can see, all screws are packed into the individual plastic bags, so no worries about possible damage. On the top there is assembly manual. This is a typical Meng brochure, as you can see here. We have short history note written in several languages. Then assembly process starts. Just give me a second. Here it is. Of course, it starts from the cockpit. Then you continue to the fuselage, and etc, etc. On the last pages you will find marking guides for 3 marking options which you saw before. And also here we have paints chart with Valeha paint numbers, which is quite surprising because now Meng works with AK Interactive. This kit also should have various accessories. For example, here I can show you the landing gear legs from scale aircraft conversions. And also Meng itself will release several resin add-ons which will copy exhaust nozzle and also cockpit. So if you want to detail up your model, I recommend you to search for those. Here we have first plastic sprue. As you can see, this one is dedicated to fuselage halves. Those are quite large parts, so get ready to be working with them in a, let's say, careful way, because alignment will require time. And here you can see them. Note that front section with various equipment inside is made without cover, so it might be possible to depict this as open on the aircraft. As you can see, molding quality is very nice. Attachment points are not that thin, and I would recommend you to be careful while separating them. As you can see, we have separate parts for the wheel wells, for the top and bottom parts, and also here we have separate cockpit base. I hope there will be a PE set for those parts, so that you can upgrade cockpit on this model. Next we have another plastic sprue. This one is smaller, but it carries quite important parts, and you will see what exactly. Just give me a second. So here it is. We have air intake, we have some missile parts, we have one-piece nose cone here, some landing gear leg parts, and that's pretty much all. As you can see, molding quality is very good, and again we have wide sprue attachment points, so here you will have to be careful as well. Next we have relatively the same in size plastic sprue, and here we have, just give me a second, some engine parts as far as you can see, some air intake parts which should be glued separately. Note the tail segment is also made out of several parts. Those large panels will have to be glued together, and here you can see the separate rudder. Here we have air intake parts, and here we have engine part which will simulate the fan inside. And this one, I guess, is also for the engine. Note that there are special position pins which should be helpful for alignment. Next we have separate plastic sprue for wing parts. These are quite large. Parts division is quite simple, as you can see through the plastic bag. So we have one top half and one bottom half. Just give me a second. Such design should make assembly easier and also alignment easier as well. As you can see, we have here recessed panel lines, we have riveting even in some places, and I can zoom camera so that you can see it closer. Here it is. And now let's zoom out. So flaps are molded separately. I guess these are flaperons. Here we have separate parts for wheel wells. And this one is also an engine part which should be installed into the tail. Here you can see extensive detailing of the wheel wells on the top wing halves. And note that wing design is done in such way so that all seams will be on the lower panel, let's say. Next we have two absolutely identical plastic sprues, and as you can guess, those are dedicated to external equipment, landing gear parts, and some other external elements which should be placed on the airplane. So just give me a second. I will show you only one, of course, because there is no need to show the other one. Here it is. We have external fuel tanks. We have some, for example, here landing gear legs. We have here landing gear wheels. These are molded as one-piece parts, but you will have to be careful while painting them. Maybe cut out some circular mask, because these are molded as one piece once again. Or maybe there will be a mask set available from Edwards, so that you can mask these without any extra effort. Last gray plastic sprue is dedicated to some minor external elements. Just give me a second. I can see also some internal parts, for example pilot seat. So I need a second. And here we are. So we have special doors for the fuselage bay. We have several versions of the dashboard. Also we have here the pilot seat, which should be assembled out of several parts. Coaming panel. And also I can see air intake parts. Note that attachment points on the air intake parts are placed on the frontal section, so here due care will be required. Next we have transparent parts. These are packed like this. So as you can see, they are packed into the plastic bag. And as far as I can guess, there are different versions of the parts for different versions of the aircraft. And also you can use one-piece canopy if you don't want to open the cockpit on your aircraft. Or you can use two-piece canopy if you want to show the cabin on your airplane. So just give me a second. This transparent part is wrapped into the transparent film, so no worries about possible scratches. And here you can see the frontal section, which looks quite nice. And I really hope that there will be masks from Edward available, because otherwise it can be quite tedious to mask those. And here you can see two versions of the rear part. So actually we have two versions of the rear part and one version of the frontal section. So you can open cockpit in any way, and if you want to build version with closed cockpit, you just glue them together. Then we have small PE thread. Here we have unpainted parts for external and internal detailing. As you can see, for example, here we have dashboard, and here we have a ladder which can be placed with your aircraft, which is a quite nice addition, I would say. And then we have decal sheet on the bottom. Just give me a second, I'll open it. There is only one decal sheet, but it carries all necessary symbols for 3 marking options. And I think it is printed in cartograph, yes. So here you can see it. This is a 70-second scale, so there are not that many stencils as you can see here. But the printing quality is quite nice, and I hope that application won't be difficult as well. So that's all for this video review. I hope you enjoyed it. As usual, don't forget to leave your comment in the comment section below. And like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you can get all those video reviews on time. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video review as usual. Bye.